book on Calcutta, called Calcutta, 2 Years in the City. We then have Mohsin Hamid, who I think needs no introduction to Lahore or Lahoris. He's of course from Lahore. He's again a highly acclaimed writer of fiction, 3 novels, Moth Smoke, set in Lahore, Reluctant Fundamentalist, set both in Lahore and the US, but essentially Lahore. It is imbued with the spirit of Lahore. And then How to Get Filthy Rich in Rising Asia, which was deliberately devoid of time and place, but as he confessed, I think it was yesterday or was it the day before, it is really about Lahore. He's also a columnist, an opinion writer, and he's recently started dabbling in science fiction. So we're looking forward to what he has in store for us later. And last but not least, we have Raza Rumi, whom I have known for several years, both as a friend and a colleague. He's from Pakistan, he's from Lahore, but he's an ardent admirer of Delhi. And he has written an extremely personal and personable account of his encounter with Delhi, a book called Delhi by Heart, published just last year. He's also the Executive Director of Justice Network Pakistan. He's also the Director of Programs at the Jinnah Institute. He's a development specialist, specializing in governance. He's had the good fortune or misfortune of having worked with the Asian Development Bank for several years, where we met and became friends. And so I'm really honored to have these 4 panelists. And the title, Imagining Cities, City in South Asian Literature. We've got fiction writers, we've got non-fiction. Basically, what is it that we are talking about, imagining cities? It's not sort of imaginary cities or invisible cities the way Calvino kind of portrayed them. We're talking about real cities, cities that have life, cities that are living, breathing, dynamic. City almost as a character, or the city as a metaphor for our lives today. Are we talking about the fantastical? Are we talking about the real? What is it that we're talking about when we write about cities in novels? That's what I would like to sort of think to myself as what we hope to be discussing. I'll leave that to the panelists to do that. I'm not sure how exactly we should begin, but perhaps we can start with Anis, because I have a very specific question for him. His novel, The World in My Hands, is clearly set in Dhaka in Bangladesh, but he never mentions it as Dhaka. He has changed the names of both the city and the country. So it's an imaginary country called Pandua. It's a city called Palitpur, and so on and so forth. But being familiar with Dhaka myself, I knew it was Dhaka. So just to start, why did you choose to do that, and what role does Dhaka play in your fiction?
Dhaka is very central to my fiction. In my collection of stories, which are 9 stories that trace the evolution of Dhaka from a small town in 1970 to the kind of dysfunctional megacity it is today. And in that, I named Dhaka by name. This novel is very political. It's about the state of emergency that happened in Bangladesh in 2007-8. It's based on that. And I felt that as a writer, I have probably more so than my peers, I've always felt very inhibited by writing about not just the political, but also especially the personal. I think what's held back my writing for the longest time was this fear of, oh, this will offend my dad, this will offend the intelligence agencies, this will offend so-and-so, this will offend my friends. And when I came to writing about this very sensitive topic, I felt that this thin veil of fiction, of not calling it Dhaka, and then making the fictional nature of fiction explicit was a good device for me psychologically to get past those inhibitions. So that was